Ethan, did you guys make sure that the zoom and the window is also visible on the big screen? Ethan, can you hear me? Yeah, did you make sure that the zoom and the big window are next to each other on the big screen also? Uh, is both the application window and the zoom window visible on the big screen? Okay, if you can make it as big as possible, right? So, I mean, whatever fits you. Perfect. No, if you can make it bigger with the command plus to make it bigger, that's fine, but only if it fits within the window. If you turn your camera towards the screen, I can tell you how. If that, yeah, just for a second. No, no, if we can see the screen just for a second. It, no, no, if you can rotate it towards the projection screen, so you can see how it looks like. Oh, perfect. Perfect. I think that's it. Yes, perfect. Thank you. No worries. Locusts, don't fall asleep. Just another 30 minutes, then we'll be good to go. I need to take a screenshot of this because it just looks so awesome with Val's outfit. That is absolutely priceless. That's actually awesome. The only thing is, Preston, we don't see you, so let me just do one more. Everybody be on the camera. So let's try this one more time. Everybody ready? Taking the screenshot. Ready? Everybody look in your camera for a sec. Smile. Man, Val, you're like straight out of a fashion magazine. Seriously. You should start selling fashion clothing with your webcam.
my goodness, the hushed sound. Welcome, everybody. I know we've just had our very traditional welcome to country, but I'm going to do one more. So we've all moved rooms. We are privileged to come here together today on the Ngunnawal land. So these lands have been occupied and cared for through unbroken and deep time connection for at least 60,000 years, since time immemorial. And I acknowledge all Aboriginal elders, past, present and emerging, and extend my respects to any Aboriginal people here or elders who are here today. Sovereignty was never ceded. Do what you can to rectify, especially if there are those of you living in Australia and coming in the door. Also, please everyone, can I get your cell phones on silent? Oh yeah, look at that. That's the sound of a bunch of people who have actually forgotten to do that, like I did until just before. And also, if you would like to read the full program notes for anything, I'll be giving a very brief synopsis, but they are available on the website. If you go to the program, click on the concert, and then there's a PDF link as well. So our first piece tonight is Interstellar, and this is a telematic work. So they are up to like 5,000 miles apart, and they collaborate in real time using open source software. This is PD Look, and I believe the instrument is called the Lork Tweeter, and the Lork Tweeter International Ensemble. Without further ado, welcome to NIME, and you're going to have a lovely time.
So if everybody can hear me, hello NIME2025 and hello Canberra, Australia. I'll just say a few words and we'll get started. Lork International Ensemble is thrilled to be with you, if only virtually. As much as we would have loved to be with you there, with our members distributed over 7,000 miles apart, we realized that the best, if not the only path forward was to use this opportunity to reflect on the silver lining of our virtual participation's minimal carbon footprint. Tonight we have our members from across 2 continents, from freezing Buenos Aires to the blistering eastern US coast, sharing with you our latest co-created work on a 3rd continent in a red-eye performance. Everything you're about to experience has been co-created by this dedicated group of volunteers and Lork International Ensemble community members. And as is the case with every one of our international performances, tonight we are once again looking to push our own boundaries. This will be our first performance where all of our ensemble members and its infrastructure are a significant distance away from the venue, between 7,000 and 12,000 miles to be precise. Following this performance, if any of you may be interested in joining our community, please do not hesitate to contact us. You will find our contact info in the program notes. Similarly, if you're interested in exploring PD Lork and Lork Tweeter, you will find download links on our website. And with that, thank you again for your time and attention. We invite you to sit back and relax, and sincerely hope you will enjoy the experience. Thank you. And Ethan, if you could please disconnect us from...
And our next work is called Unstable Disconnection. So this is an improvised performance that is merging finely tuned text-to-audio latent diffusion model with traditional improvisational techniques using Ableton Live. So the diffusion model is acting as a creative co-agent, and the AI model instantly generates fresh audio fragments in response to short textual prompts, which are provided by our performer. Then they're imported into Ableton using Max for Live, and they're going to be manipulated. Where are we going? Everyone's in? We're all good? Sorry. Come across one seat. Thank you. Sorry. We're all wrangling. And the open source text to audio model is modeled on our author, Misagh's, own audio recordings, achieving some degree of stylistic coherence without sacrificing the unpredictability. So unstable disconnection is highlighting the creative potential of ethically sourced open source AI in music performance, which foregrounds that human-machine synergy. You okay? You're all good? Mine too? Is the AI not rolling hills? Yeah. Channel 2 for HDMI? Oh, yeah. Do you want the microphone? Oh, yeah, you want the other? Hey. Microphone for the stream. Oh, yeah. Do you want to explain stuff? No. Yeah, okay.
I just hear, do you want to stream? I'm like, I would love to, but I'm too old. Yeah, thank you, welcome. Just some small details on this piece. Essentially, I am a fan of running everything locally. So the diffusion model that I use and I trained, fine-tuned on my own music, around 22 hours of my own music, is currently running locally in New Zealand on this PC that you can see here. Yeah, so the model is engaged. We're streaming my computer in New Zealand, and I will grab this link and hope that the fine 2 degrees internet in New Zealand doesn't break during my performance. If it does, I have a backup project in Ableton, and I will engage that. So just please enjoy. Thank you very much.
And up next we have riversynth with Toby performing tonight. So riversynth mixes hydrophone streams from 6 different rivers systems with live processing through gestural controlled water instrument, which you might be able to see here, and which you'll see up on the big screen in just a second. And it builds on a decade of research from the River Listening Project to create an entangled performance ecosystem where unpredictable aquatic soundscapes become both the source material and the score for the live performance. And it demonstrates multiple levels of entanglement, the temporal, being connecting historical river listening research with real-time audio. It links geographically distant river systems and spatial environment, and it uses the water to control and mix the aquatic soundscapes as a material. And while the performers appear to have an agency through their gestural engagement with the water, it's ultimately then the live river soundscapes that dictate and control how the performance will unfold, mirroring the unpredictability of the natural environment. Riversynth is creating an entangled network where environmental data becomes that musical material, and the human gestural control is mediated through live engagement with the hydrophones. And that then creates a feedback loop between the performer, the technology, and the environment that emphasizes our interconnectedness in the relationship between the aquatic ecosystems and with their health. Okay, good. Okay, here is the part where I'm going to spitball ideas. No, I'm not actually going to spitball ideas. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. I am my own dragon. That was a terrible idea. Don't do that. And also the part where you find out that I'm trying desperately not to just interject swear words or start inappropriately quoting the real Slim Shady, which is what I did earlier on in the sound check. As we know, there was also some Tool covers because we needed even more. Yeah, we're not going to do that again. How are we all? When do we all get here? I'm going to peer into the audience and be like, who got here yesterday? Who got here today? Yeah, okay. A couple of people here today. Hey, yeah. This is my kind of crowd work where I'm like, okay, it's a pop quiz time. Thank you. How are you going? Good? Yeah, go on. Oh, shoot. No, I got to actually, not swear and also do jokes because we're still streaming and I got to remember that with the stream comes great responsibility. My words are being recorded for posterity, which also is a good example of I'm a very serious person, and absolutely everything I do is very serious work, clearly. Really glad I'm not wearing something with a swear word on it right now, but I am wearing Pokemon pants. which clearly the children, yeah, I know they're like camo, but you can barely see the Pokemon because they're just so camouflaged. And the children have already left the room, so nobody here is going to enjoy this as much as I'm going to enjoy it, and they would enjoy it. So that is a happy, happy day. But if you're spending an extra couple of days in Canberra, we've been getting the scoop as we've gone through our day. Apparently, the zoo is very good. Also, the was it the National Archives? Where's each in? Sound Archives, yeah, and the National Gallery are the ones to hit if you've only got a little bit of free time. Sorry? Questacon. What the heck is Questacon? Oh my God, there's a science museum here? Oh, shit, hang on. I'm gonna, like, can we write this? Do you want to text that to me? Okay. For the streamers, because you can't be here, sucked in. No, it's giving Exploratorium, was it? Sorry? All right. So that's also now on the list. So I have a lot to do on Saturday. Apparently, it's going to be about 5 minutes at each. Is that about right? We need a day for that. So get your planners open. I know I have. My planner was actually just open because it was my phone. You're ready to go? Yes. Okay. So, onto our next piece, which is called Carpet Entanglement. And I'm also entangled in this microphone lead. Textile production, music and technology are historically entangled, and this performance will explore the relationship through carpet tufting gun as a novel electroacoustic interface. Carpet entanglement emphasizes the ongoing generative interplay between media and mediums, highlighting the tufting gun as a site of embodied material engagement. By leveraging the tufting gun's distinctive acoustic properties and electromechanical kinetics, the work reimagines the tool as a vehicle for structured musical composition and improvisation. The tufting gun will serve a dual role as an acoustic sound source and as an interactive performance interface, bridging textile craft and experimental sound art. And through this performance, which we are just seeing coming online in the most exciting way, the tufting gun is becoming a mediator between the tactile material world of textile production and the ephemeral sonic world of music, embodying the interwoven processes of making and of performing. Do we see a backpack coming on? Just checking back here. Oh, yeah. Backpack check? Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, shit. Should have brought a delay pedal. Oh, hang on, there's a delay on there. That's an empty threat, don't worry. Yep. I'm getting into my talking point headspace. If anyone, by the way, speaking earlier on in my own extremely truncated welcome to country, I always mention that if you can, especially if you're in Australia, obviously you don't have the luxury of time when you are from overseas, but if you are in and around Melbourne or in Australia and you can get it posted to you, this is by Gammon Threads. They're a local Melbourne brand. They're actually like in my suburb. And they have this. They have this in black as well if you don't want to be like super frou-frou. And yes, this is flocked. And I mean that definitely with the O. It is velvet flocked. And we got a little Aboriginal flag detail here. You've got NIME jokes. Oh, shit. Hang on. Sorry, the stream. Oh, my God. What is this? Oh, my. Why are NIMEs never hungry? Oh. Are you not going to try and answer it? Try.
Why are NIMEs never hungry? Something related to synthesizers.
Oh, yeah. It's related to synthesizers. Oh, my God. All right. Oh, noodling would be a good one. Not noodling. Do we have any other guesses? All right.
Are we okay? So the answer is because they know granola synthesis.
Oh, yeah, we're getting... This is Christmas cracker level, and I'm so here for it. Also, fun fact about the Christmas cracker humour, we love it because it's so bad. They actually did a study on that. Don't quote what year that is.
Another one.
And we've got one more. One more? What do you do when you have a technical issue with your instrument before a concert?
Tell a NIME joke.
Yeah. Rude. You're all good?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to give the answer to that, or are you going to guess later on? All right, you call 911. So this next piece is called Playing the Sound Image, Individual Immersive Sound Performance by a Performer Wearing Parametric Speakers. This is a spatial movement performance in which the performer is actually going to be wearing the parametric speakers that are going to direct the sound. And they are going to be very mobile. They have parametric speakers have a super narrow directivity, which then creates the sensation that the sound field is close by, as well as a tactile auditory simulation. The sound is also easily reflected by walls and by objects, which creates a virtual sound source on the spot. The speakers are attached to both palms and shins of the performer and made wireless, sort of, making the sound source mobile. And the composer is then remotely selecting and adjusting the parameters of the sound source, which is played by the parametric speakers. This allows the performer to move between the audience, changing the distance and direction from the audience and the wall, creating a movement of the sound image itself. The choreography of the performers and of the music are composed in parallel by taking advantage of the changes in pitch created by the high-speed movement of the parametric speakers. The movement of the performer changes the hearing, response, and relationship between the performer themselves, the composer, and the viewer, bringing to light more complex sound source movement and improvisational acoustic experience. Are we still... A few more minutes? Yeah, cool. Good. Because you know what I actually did? Because I said the fact before, and I was like, well, we're at an academic conference. We need to actually cite our sources here about the bad humour, and that's why we like it. I also have some ChatGPT charisma cracker jokes, so I'll give you one of them first. Because I actually came up with a couple that... Oh, no, not that one. Okay, no, actually, we'll have that one. I can't tease that. What did the capacitive touch sensor say to the performer's sweaty hand? I feel you. Yeah, so... this is from Wikipedia, which I was also reading from earlier on. Sorry, be gentle. Oh, that one is slightly more... well, it's after, like, Watershed, right? Oh, almost. It's 8 p.m. Watershed. We've got 9 minutes before we can have that joke. So that was based on relief theory, which suggests that humour is a mechanism for pent-up emotions or tension through emotional relief. And in theory, laughter serves as a homeostatic mechanism by which psychological stress is reduced. And that is from, let me get back to the actual whole paper. Humour is a double-edged sword, 4 functions of humour and communication by John C. Mayer. We're still... Yes, I'm spitting some facts. And that is also relief humour. I was on page 312 of that. So if I've got the link. If anyone wants me to actually fully cite my sources. But we also have this other one. No, we don't want that one. What's a NIME researcher's favourite pickup line? Again, a little bit before the Watershed line. I've lost the joke. No, there we go. Are you a signal chain because you complete my patch? Oh my goodness. And why don't data gloves ever gossip? Rude. If you don't know me, I use data gloves, so you're going to see whether or not they do connect tomorrow. I was going to say tomorrow morning. No, you're not going to see it tomorrow morning because that's when I'm sound checking. If you do see it tomorrow morning, please don't look at me. Don't look at me as I cry into my computer. No, it's because they always keep things hands-on and in a closed loop. We're getting technical. And on that gestural controller theme, because we've got quite a few gestural performances this year. Obviously, I've looked through everything, which has turned into a big amorphous cloud in my mind of all of everyone's videos. But why did the gestural controller break up with the laptop? Think about it. It's hands-on. What do you do with your hands? And we talk about it all the time in all of the papers. It starts with M. Cold-hearted Syria. mean, this is a pretty. Was I talking to the microphone for the stream? I hope they're enjoying these jokes. I'm enjoying them a lot more now that I've got like ones that AI has decided is funny. I mean, I really like those. Actually, I really like that second joke, which I think was from the NIME forum. Not to diss on the people who submitted those, but AI has, I'm going to say, a really weird sense of humor because it doesn't quite know what it's doing. But it's the gestural controller broke up with the laptop. Sorry, I got really off track because it felt like it was being manipulated. I don't know how many more of these are going to be funny at all, but really, like, do we want one on latency? Because I'm giving away the punchline, and you can't do that in a joke. Actually, you can do that in a joke as well, because something about why we rewatch movies as comfort movies is about the predictability, yada, yada, yada. I feel like I actually just go ahead and read way too many half papers. Anyone else feeling that right now? And I'm just like, yeah, I've read half this paper, it's fine. I'll just talk about that like I know what I'm doing. Okay, that's it. We're all going to hear about relief humor because I was more interested in this earlier and was going, oh, yeah, fair enough. Humor may thus facilitate ease of the tension caused by one's fears, for example, laughter and joy, according to relief theory, resulting from this release of excess nervous tension. Excess nervous energy. I actually just slipped into, we have a record at my house called Relax with Ravine, which is an actual serious recording. You can find it on YouTube. It's really good. I sample this in one of my live coding classes. But he starts off with, "It is not the purpose of this record to hypnotize you. Not at all." And clearly, that's a lie. I think it's from the 60s or something. But we also had a spherical needle at home in our turntable. So, of course, then you're sitting there going like, "It is not the purpose of this record to hypnotize you. Not at all." Which is, that's my impression. But this is the worst party trick ever. No, actually, the best party trick ever that I did the other day genuinely, I'm just welcome to my technology classes, where I write a word backwards, like a sentence backwards, and then I actually try to pronounce it backwards, and then we reverse the audio and see how well I did. And then we take that sample and we do actual things to it instead of me just being a silly person in the middle of this class. But yeah, back to Relax with Ravine. I think it was like in the 60s. And for some reason, I don't know, what are you supposed to do with a record like that? Do you put it on at a cocktail party? Is that like, were we secretly grabbing that record out because like, we want people to leave this house now? Just go to sleep. Come on, it's time to relax with Ravine. We good? Good, yeah. I'm going to hide behind the speakerphone because there's a lot of things going on around here. But please can we give it up one more time for the performers this evening and the composers tonight for playing the sound image, Carbon Entanglement, riversynth, Unstable Disconnection, and Interstellar. Everyone's incredible, amazing, love your work. I guess we'll see you at 9 a.m. tomorrow for the paper sessions. Yeah, let's get in there.